and welcome to the Sunshine and Spokes bicycle tour based out of Shepherdstown, West Virginia. My name is Shane Cusick, and I am the tour director for this year's bicycle tour. I just wanted to go through very quickly the rider manual that you just received through an email and uh, the routes, and I will link onto the routes through the rider's manual. So just to walk you through briefly, you should have an email somewhere to this, and you've probably already gone through here if you're listening to this. But you could click on the rider manual PDF or download the rider manual. So I've already viewed it, and I'm just viewing it in my browser. And this is what you have. So yeah, you should have a PDF looking somewhere to this. A welcome letter from us. Thank you very much for being here this year. The overview map that you've seen before, the schedule that you've seen before, and just make sure to go through that. Just when you don't want to show up and we're not there. But here's another version of the schedule. Let's see, map of registration, packet pickup. So this is good to know. How to get here. So this is where the packet pickup is, and this is where the start finish is. So you'll pick up your packet pickup. You can park here when you arrive, and then when you get your packet pickup, your registration, drive back to this area, and you can park and start and stop your ride. And this is just for Friday evening. So Saturday, the registration will be back here. Safety, just please remember to follow all the rules of the road, and that there are no closed roads. So all the roads are open to cars. So just be mindful while you're out there. We're always safe. Route navigation, you will use the Ride with GPS app as you have in the past. Route selection. This I'm gonna talk more in detail once we get to the routes. SAG, if you have any problems or need any assistance, please feel free to call the SAG number. It's also going to be on your wristband. And if there is an emergency, please call 911. Rest stop info. I'll go through this briefly since we're cruising through before we get to the links. Friday, this is a great stop there at the Welcome Center in town. And the Friday ride is a short ride, and everybody will go to this rest stop, and if there's any questions you have, like where to dine, things to do, please ask those guys. They are the experts on the Shepherdstown area, and they have locally made popcorn that they're going to have. So go check that out. And then moving on to Saturday, these are some really cool rest stops, and I'll get more detail when we look at the routes. But the Tabler Farm is a really cool place. It's sustainable student farming, and those guys are doing some really cool stuff out there. Now that's only on the 24 and 60 mile routes. Both of the 60 mile routes go there, but only the shorter 24 goes there. And then Shepherd University, that's kind of where we start and stop. And if you do the Tabler Farm route, you'll come back to that, and this will make sense too when we're talking about the routes. Bucci Call Kombucha, if you guys were around in the fall for the fall ride, this guy was awesome. Like, it's really amazing kombucha. And then Historic Boonesboro, this is a new one for this year that we didn't have last fall. It's a great place. The rest stop is actually at the History Museum. So ask those guys all about Boonesboro. And then the last rest stop is the Antietam Creek Vineyard, and that's where we were last year. And they've got some really cool stuff going on. Of course, wine tasting, but we'll have snacks and things. But they'll have a food truck. They'll have live music, and almost all the routes except for the 24 mile to Tabler Farm goes to this stop. Sunday. This is similar to what we had in the fall. If you guys were on that route, we'll have two routes, and one is going to go out to. They're both actually going to this cute little historic church. And then if you take the longer route down into Harper's Ferry, we're gonna treat you to a coffee. And Man, a treat. So just the rest stop is at the coffee mill in Harper's Ferry, and feel free to grab a coffee and cruise through. There's a candy store, historic candy store, just on the opposite block of the coffee mill. Coffee mill. I think you can walk through their patio in the back to get to the candy mill or the candy store. And then on your way back, there's a really cool little the Harper's Ferry Toy Train Museum, and we made a donation to the museum, and so it's on us. So feel free to stop in. You can actually ride a toy train or check out the museum. Make sure to read this stuff too. Kind of goes with the safety, what to do if you do come by an aggressive dog. Okay, down into the route. So you'll come to this page, the route links, and you should be able to just click on it, and it will open up in your browser. Take a minute. Okay, here we go. All right, so this is Friday. So for those coming in Friday, the route is open from 2:30 until 6:30. And the rest stop that I mentioned earlier, this is the Welcome Center. They're open from 2:30 till 6 o'clock. And just to kind of give you a quick tour of sort of decoding the naming of the routes too. It's a year, of course, and then S&S is Sunshine and Spokes. This is the Friday route. It's a 9-mile route, and it goes through town and has river views. So that's when you're looking at the routes, you can kind of just briefly or quickly get a snapshot of what the route might entail. So this route is pretty cool. You'll, again, as I mentioned on the map, you'll park in the back over here. You'll grab your packet up here at the Wellness Center and then drive back here and park for the ride. And as you start any of the routes, whether it be Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, we'll have little pink signs, little pink arrows that will sign through the university to get you out. So that way, a lot of these are just parking lots, or they're cut throughs like bike path, like greenway type paths. For example, this one, sort of take this, I think it's a 10 or 12-foot wide paved path underneath the tunnel, go around the stadium. It's pretty neat, so you get a nice tour of the university. And you'll come through here and sort of leaving the university. And we'll have a sign. So we'll have the signs coming through the university, and then as you exit the university, we'll have a sign there that indicates, like, it'll have a turn arrow, but you'll use your GPS navigation from that point until the end of the ride. So that sign on this route will be somewhere in here, I believe. So anyway, so we come through town, and this route is just a nice little way to stretch the legs after you've been in the car to get here, and sort of cruises through the countryside. This is a really pretty section. We're actually going to ride this section of this road the opposite way on Sunday, but it's a beautiful little stretch down by the river. As you come back into town, make sure to check out these cool things. This is Rumsey Monument. He was the first successful steamboat guy, I think, if I remember reading the plaque correctly. But there's a cool monument, beautiful view of the river. So U-turn from there, come back out, and this one's pretty neat. This is also a park, and you can like literally ride your bike down the boat ramp and dip your wheel in the Potomac if you want to. Then you'll U-turn, come back out, and then you'll cruise. This is sort of the main street through Shepherdstown, and make sure to swing by the Shepherdstown Welcome Center. Like I said, they're going to have that local popcorn. We're going to have some little mini Cokes and Sprites. And and then you'll leave there and head back to the university, back to the start finish. So that is Friday, and I'm going to close this and hope my computer is cooperate. And we're going to look at Saturday. I might see if I go through all these. Okay, so again, look at the names. You can look at the names. There's the year, the name, the day, and then the mileage, and then just a little tidbit that might be in it. And on this one, as I mentioned before, Tabler Farm is it's a beautiful, cool. They're doing some neat stuff out there. Progressive farming, I guess, too. You could think about it that way. And then the other routes, it's 22 mile, sort of a short route that takes you down to the C&O Canal for a while and through Antietam. Saturday, there's a 34 mile. This is sort of there is no gravel on this one. So you don't go down to the C&O, but you still go through Antietam and Boonesboro. This one, the 36-mile route, includes the C&O. It's pretty much this route, but the Antietam and Boonesboro, but you get to get on the C&O. And then the 260-milers, we're calling them the whole enchiladas, and they have everything in here. So the Tabler Farm, and depending on which one you do, there is a no gravel, which does not go on the C&O, and the C&O gravel one. But they're both roughly 60 miles. You cover the same area. Let's see, and then on Sunday again, the time, or the date, and get into the day, and then the mileage, and then sort of the amenities. And this is what we were talking about earlier, the historic church, and then you get down into Harper's Ferry if you take the longer route, and the Toy Train Museum. Now, if I can briefly click on these, there's a lot of routes to get through, and I don't want to take too much of your time, but let's look at Tabler Farm real quick. So this is where we'll start and finish, is right here, calling this the base camp rest stop. So on this route, you'll head out. Here is the farm. This is a pretty neat route. It kind of gets you out into the countryside surrounding Shepherdstown. And so we'll start where we've always started, and you'll be signed through, just follow the signs, and head through campus. And then somewhere in here we'll have that sign where you start your navigation, your GPS navigation. Cruise out of here. And the rest of it is just through, like I say, this wonderful countryside. And if there was anybody that was on the fall ride, this was our rest stop back on the fall ride on Saturday. It's Yanniker. Let's see if it shows it. But it's Yanniker Nature Preserve. Oh, there it is. So it's pretty rural. It's great back in here. And as you make your way back, you'll go to the farm. Now, one thing to notice on the farm, this little stretch, it's not very long, but it is gravel. It's hard pack gravel. And the rest stop is down at one of their barns. The barn is air conditioned. There's bathrooms, there'll be snacks and water and things like that. And Molly will be down there. She is, I believe, one of the directors there to answer any questions or even take you on tours. So let's see, I might just open, because my computer's going real slow, maybe I'll just go with the whole enchilada so that we can see all of the routes in one shot, since my computer is taking a while. Okay, so as we just went through, this is the Tabler Farm route, and it circles back. So now if you do the Tabler Farm route, and you only do the Tabler Farm route, this whole section is still there. So if you do the whole enchilada like these guys, you'll do the Tabler Farm, come back, and then head out. This is as you loop back through, this is the base camp rest stop. So grab some water and a snack if you need it, and head back out this direction. This is the bridge across the Potomac River. And as you head down to the C&O, and this is true too for any of the C&O routes. So a lot of these routes are overlapping. So even the shorter C&O route is the same route as this, just shorter. So all the C&O routes are going to do the same thing. They'll come around. There's a really cool ramp that gets you down to the C&O Canal from the bridge. The bridge is pretty tall. And you'll cruise along the C&O Canal. It's a wonderful shady. It is gravel, but it's hard packed gravel that, gosh, I don't know, hundreds, if not thousands of riders ride it every week. So it's well packed. And you'll ride that for a couple of miles, and then you will pop out on a little. There's like a little bridge crossing, and again, this is the same for all the C&O routes. So we're covering all those, and you'll pop out on a little bridge crossing, and then you'll come up here to the Bucci Call Kombucha, and he has samples for you, which again, it's amazing kombucha, like different than the store stuff. Like the home brewed stuff there is good. And he also sells kombucha, so if you want to buy any kombucha, he will pack it up for you, keep it cold, and then when we sweep the routes, we'll grab it in the truck and bring it back, so that we'll bring it back to the Antler Hotel, the evening reception on Saturday, and you can pick it up there if you like, so you don't have to travel with it on your bike. And then from the rest stop, you turn back, and then you follow this road. It parallels the C&O Canal. You start to come back up, and now this area, you're getting into the Antietam battlefield area. And you'll kind of cruise through this part of Antietam and make your way out into the countryside as we get to Boonesboro. And Boonesboro is really a cool little town. It's definitely it almost looks like a postcard. But there will be the Museum of History. That's where our rest stop is, and there are two other museums. There's the National Road Museum, which is just like a block away, and there are a couple other things to check out. So the idea is you could just park your bike. We'll have a volunteer there to watch them and things like that, and then you can just walk to the other museums or grab a ice cream or anything, and then head back and hop on your bike. But at the museum too, we'll have our normal water and snacks as well. And you'll cruise back through downtown Boonesboro, come back through this little neighborhood, and then make your way back towards Antietam battlefield area. And this is the same route, again, for even some of the longer rides this day. So we're sort of covering all the routes with this. You'll come back. This is Antietam, and then you'll come back into Antietam. And this is where the final rest stop is, the Antietam Creek Vineyards. And for those that were around last fall, this is the same stop. It's a great vineyard. And again, they're going to have live music and food trucks. And we'll also have our normal water and trail snacks and things too. So once you exit there, you'll come back out. Now there is a little gravel section right in here, so just be mindful. It's hard packed. It's just like a gravel driveway to get you back to the actual vineyard area, tasting room. And then you'll come back out and head back this way. And this, you'll get on Canal Road, which this parallels the towpath. You're welcome to jump on the towpath, but we just have you coming back on the road. You'll go back up the ramp that you came down, and then head back into town. And once you get back into the university, we'll have that everything signed for you too, because it's a little bit tricky for the GPS because there's not a lot of road names and things like that. Now we pretty much covered all the routes, just different versions of this whole enchilada. For Saturday, and the one difference being that the no gravel whole enchilada, instead of doing this, it goes up here, and I think it's maybe it's this road right here. It takes this road back to there, and then it picks up the rest of that. So, and then the other ones that are in the route choices are just variations of this. So. It's gonna be a beautiful day. And I really hope you guys enjoy it. And let's see, let's go. So that's Saturday. Let's go back, see if we can get a Sunday open. And I'm gonna open the long one because the shorter route is also part of this one, just like the Saturday's route. So let's hope this opens up. Let's see if I close these, and maybe it'll go faster. Okay. Okay, great. Okay, so just looking at the overview of the route, this is where we're going to start. We start at the university, so we start at the same spot all 3 days. And well, that is a rest stop from last year, so we will not have this rest stop. Anyways, start here and make your way out of town. This is the sort of the same stretch that we had on Friday, but we rode the other way. It's always cool to see scenic roads both ways. Climb back out here. So now, if you're doing the shorter route that day, you'll come through here and you'll have a rest stop at the church, and then you'll make your way back into town. And if you're going down for the longer route, the 29 miler, you'll exit the church, head south. You're sort of parallel. These are some really cool views over the river. Now, don't let all these little diamonds scare you. They're good little warnings. So there is a tunnel when you come back this way. It's like a single lane tunnel. Just be mindful of that. Now, so your route, you're going to come through here, and once you get into this area, again, if you rode this last year, this was the same way we came into Harper's Ferry. It's a gravel road that goes through the Harper's Ferry campground, parallels the river. That's one of the warning signs, and keep going all the way back. You'll get. Oh, I guess it is this part. You'll come. We'll have it signed, so you'll know where you're going. But we sort of call it the Harper's Ferry wormhole, and it's kind of neat because this is relatively flat, even though it's gravel. It was actually an old towpath, but getting on it is a little tricky. It's just a little bit washed out, and getting off of it near the railroad tracks is a little bit tricky. But for the most part, it's a double track, hard packed gravel section. But the beauty is it's relatively flat, and it brings you right into Harper's Ferry without getting on to the main roads and trying to take lefts and climbing up. There's a big hill right here, so it's a great way to get into the Harper's Ferry, especially by bike. And it's just another thing as you exit, just be mindful of some of the things. And then down in here, this is the train station area. Lots of cool little things to check out, businesses and things. And then this is our rest stop in Harper's Ferry, which is the coffee mill. And as I mentioned earlier, swing in there, have a coffee on us, and make sure to check out the candy store, which is just in the back of it. Really cool, like historic candies, kind of made from that time period, or with recipes. And then as you exit there, you'll go through. This is some of the old historic Harper's Ferry buildings, and you'll go along in here. Just be mindful. This is also where the National Park Service runs their buses, but they're very kind to bicycles. You'll go up here, and this is a little bit different from our fall ride. We're going to go across 340. This is a fairly busy road, so we're going to go across it. There's a stoplight here. We'll go across it, go up here, and check out this. This is Boulevard Heights. This is part of the National Park Service, part of the battlefield. This is pretty neat. But you'll basically swing around there, hang out, read the plaques, and then make your way back. And so as we get on to 340, we are making a right turn instead of a left turn, which is a little bit safer. So, but again, there's a wide shoulder. Just make sure stay in the shoulder, and it's not a very long way, and it's all downhill. So this is all downhill to this spot. So then hook a right and make your way back. And this is all the Boulevard battlefield too. So this part is the higher part, and this is the lower part. And there's plaques that all the history that you can check out if you'd like. And now this is pretty neat. This is a new addition that we had for this year. There's a toy train museum on the route, and we have spoken to them, and we made a donation so that If you would like to stop in and take a ride on a toy train, it's on us. Or if you'd like to stop in and check out the toy train museum, like the inside part too, it's on us. And we'll have some water and snacks there as well. So check that out. It's it is unique, and I think they've been around. They've been doing the toy trains for over 70 years. So pretty neat little spot. And then you leave there, and this is that tunnel that we saw earlier. Just be mindful. Typically, a car coming one way will honk their horn, and there are mirrors too, where you can sort of see through it. And then you'll just sort of make your way back through the countryside and make your way back up to the historic church for another stop there. Grab some water and a snack, and then you'll cruise back into town. And like I say, that was last year's rest stop. And all the way back to the start finish. And that would conclude the Sunday tour, either the long or short version. And I think that's about, let's see, yeah. So the rest of it, so also in your rider manual, there are route, like a route map, an elevation, and route cues. So if you want to print these off before you come and fold them up and get them all ready and choose your routes, this is the opportunity to do it. We will also have these, we'll have a limited number, but we'll have these printed out as well. If you would like to use these instead of a GPS device, we'll have those at registration. Just ask anybody for one. And yeah, this just has all the routes. So that is pretty much it. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this tour. It's been a wild one to put together. It's been really fun, and with the new additions of Boonesboro, and we did some modifications over here, in the Tabler Farm. It's going to be a wonderful, wonderful weekend to bike, and I look forward to seeing you.